makers, let's hear for Tim, the Spartan Barrett. Troy Waugh, referee in charge, judges Richard Davis, John Rupert, and Mike Ross.
Gentlemen, we all know the rules. I want a good clean fight. We will not tolerate anything less. Let's touch the gloves, go back to your corner. Let's get ready to rock and roll.
All righty, so this one in the lightweight division. That gentleman right there, Tim Barrett, squaring off against Jake Grady. We'll see him in a second. Third man in, Troy Waugh.
Wow, I'll tell you what, Barrett just made the face of the devil. I do not want to be in him. That was...
You gave me a look on that one like, wow, he is serious. Yeah. Grady in the white and black trunks, and Barrett in the gray with black trim.
Both guys looking to trade it out. Looks nice so far. Excellent right midsection kick.
Barrett seems to be mixing his attack a little bit more with strikes with feet and hands. Grady going more with the hands.
Inside leg kick from Barrett.
Grady, by the way, whose nickname was Who's Your Daddy, if you caught that. That alone spews confidence.
Grady falling into a potential choke.
Looks like a guillotine choke from half guard.
Yeah, the half guard chokes with guillotines aren't too easy to get, especially when he's off to the correct side. So I think he's safe in this position.
Grady trying to clear the choke. Barrett's given everything he has here. That could be dangerous.
Right. Seth, at what point, there you go, right there. At some point, you've got to let that choke go. If you don't secure it.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be worse off if you try to yank it. All the blood's going to rush to that muscle. Then you're going to be fatigued after that. So I think you let it go at the right time, though.
So Grady in the full closed guard of Barrett, looking to posture up, get that elbow free, which he just did.
Barrett doing a good job, though, keeping him close, not letting him get any distance for those elbows or punches.
Yeah, nice tight guard, keeping it nice and high.
Keep working, Bob.
This one's scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds here in Fort Myers, Florida.
Grady dropping elbows once again. Every so often he's getting that arm free and he's dropping those elbows in there. And those few and far between do much more damage per capita on a shot.
Exactly, than a bunch of little ones. Just one or two like nice, good, solid elbows.
Yeah, those will be made to count for sure. Not just on the scorecards.
Grady walking Barrett halfway across the cage here. Now they are in front of our position.
Barrett every so often sliding his guard up a little bit high, looking for a submission, either a triangle or to slide to an arm bar.
Right, Bradley doing a good job though, as he just did, and postured up and slid him off a little bit. That's what he needs to do again to get that distance so he can rain down those elbows and punches. He needs to get that head up and stop looking toward his chest.
Absolutely, he's taking a smart approach to that too. In the words of the infamous Eddie Bravo, it's position before submission, otherwise you're going to lose. You're going to give up positive position to your opponent.
For a second there, that it looks like Troy Waugh will indeed be standing them up. So Grady and Barrett will start at the center of the cage. Plenty of time in the round, 2 minutes left.
There was a lot more action as they stood anyway, man. I like this. Ooh, nice square shot right in the chin.
Oh, nice right there by Barrett.
Grady throws that right leg kick. You notice his left hand goes down. He loses his guard, and Barrett's starting to try to time it.
Oh, he timed that one perfectly.
It was on the cheek. If that was at the temple or on the chin, he would have been out on that one. Eric's starting to drop his hands now. Looks a little fatigued.
Nice left followed up by a right by Grady.
Nice combination striking by both men so far, too. Nobody's throwing just one and then pulling back.
Right, and they're mixing it up with the kicks, too, which is good. I like to see that.
Grady now looking to secure a guillotine from standing. Tripped by Barrett.
See, that's the position of the guillotine you want. Even though his head was out, that was a good position.
Grady looking to pull an armbar right there. He's holding that wrist.
He thinks better of it as Barrett is looking to loosen up that right wrist, and he does get it free.
Now Barrett's on top. See if he can work anything different than what Bradley did.
Back and forth round, gonna be a tough one to score. 30 seconds to go here in round one.
Grady doing a great job of staying close to Barrett's body, avoiding very, very much damage that he could have been taken, such as that.
That was a glancing one, but those are the ones you got to watch out for. It slip right off, man, and cut the eye right open with that elbow. Yeah. Excellent round. I don't know how to score that.
Yeah, very
guys,
close round.
Both guys got a takedown, and both guys are banging and standing up.
A lot of ebb and flow and a frenetic pace, too. The curious thing for this fight is going to be if they can keep that up.
Both of these fighters in their early 20s, probably depending on how much adrenaline they came into this fight with. You know, age-wise, that's in their favor for keeping up this pace, but adrenaline-wise, especially for Grady, being that this is his first fight not only as a pro, but he's never had any amateur fights as well. But he seems to be pretty composed.
Yeah. Yeah, Grady's he's stepped up to the game for sure. He doesn't seem like he's being thrown by the big stage at all.
Getting his water from his trainer, Dan Toro.
High action round, high output round, but not a lot of damage sustained by either guy. So I would expect to see this thing pick up like a book in the next chapter, right where it left off.
Nice. I'm actually pretty impressed with the inventions that the ring guys just made with the towels around the thing to dry the ring up instead of running out there on the hands and knees.
It's the MMA Swiffer.
I like that. Could market that.
Round number 2 underway here. Fort Myers, the Germain Arena. It's Art of Fighting, Seasons Beatings.
Tell you what, Barrett has some very good center kicks, man. Nice round center kicks.
Grady in big trouble now. He is in a guillotine choke with a closed guard by Barrett, and Barrett is cranking it, but he's going to pop his head.
Yeah, he only had one hand on that, man. If he would have let go with his left hand and grabbed his other hand, would have been a little tighter.
Perhaps a little gratitude from Grady for getting out of that one.
Nice left elbow there by Grady.
One of the more difficult things to score about this fight is they've both been not only striking effectively from the feet, but they've both been going for and escaping from submissions.
Yeah, I thought Barrett right there was just going to shrimp his way out of his guard. That would have been pretty impressive. But Bradley doing a good job of scoring his hips back up. That's what he's got to make sure he does, is square those hips back up to that guard.
Grady is a Dolphin tour guide and he lives in Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm wondering where he's finding dolphins in Ohio.
Does he speak dolphin, Jay?
I don't know.
Does he have a dorsal fin?
He has a sense of purpose. Very active guard by Barrett. And Grady not letting him rest, too. He's continuing to try to ground and pound from this position from guard.
Oh, man.
And Troy Waugh standing him up.
Didn't think he was going to set him up with that, actually.
Seth does not agree with that stand-up, but
really.
The fans love it.
Seth, even when they're working from the position, if there seems to be a stalemate in the action,
I don't think you should.
It should still stay on the ground.
Stay on the ground for sure. And I'm a stand-up fighter, and I'd rather see it stay on the ground when it comes to that. You know, it's the art. That's the sport. You know.
Oh, nice up kick there by Barrett. Oh, but he gives up his back.
Not good for Barrett. Not
Grady
good at all.
rolled him and took his back. Nicely done.
Falls into the half guard of Barrett.
Good job rolling out, though. A lot of first-timers or even second-time fighters would just stay curled up in that turtle position. He did a good job of sprawling out and turning around, facing his opponent.
Grady so far seems to be content working from guard. He hasn't seen him trying to pass very often.
Nice elbows.
Barrett can lock down that leg and extend it. He could keep him from passing and at least advancing a little bit higher up. Nice sized crowd in the arena. They seem to be responding quite well to what's going on here in the event, in the opening fight here.
I tell you, Fort Myers are good people.
Yeah, they love their MMA.
I've heard that.
Looking to pass now. He may have heard you, Ron.
Looking to pass a la Fabricio Verdum there. He's sliding the leg right in between the guard and trying to split Barrett's guard to get in. He's done some good work from guard, but if he can pass and get the full mount right now, he could do some serious ground and pound.
I don't know. Are you more of a fan of full mount, Ron, or you think side mount you can do more damage from? Because right now, lately, I think side mount has been a lot better position to be ground and pounding lately.
A lot of times it depends on I guess on the fighter.
Gotcha.
You probably have more options from side mount than you do from a regular full mount.
Right.
Pinning the right hand of Barrett is Grady. That's a nice move. He can get Grady off that cage and get that left hand free. He's got time. Minute and a half to go in the round.
I think if Bradley would just unleash some fury and keep punching and punching elbow and elbow, and he's got him kind of stuck in that position.
This could be a Grady round with cage control alone right now. He seems to be controlling most of where the fight's taking place and what happens when it gets there.
Yes, I agree with you, Ron.
Doing a great job of keeping his weight over the top part of Barrett. Barrett just cannot shrimp out the back or lift him up. It's just nice, getting nice and heavy. He's really leaning into Barrett. You're right, he's got to get that left hand busy. He's got position. He should be that's what he should be doing.
There you go.
Nice move there by Barrett.
But Bradley stays on top. Good positioning for Bradley.
Grady held position using the whizzer there. He kept the arm around and it kept him from getting rolled. Very nicely done by Grady to not give up dominant position.
You're right about that. With 15 seconds to go in the round, it looks to be a Grady, who's your daddy round.
That could be the best nickname in the sport.
That is his nickname. I was seeing if you just made that up, but that's his nickname.
It is.
All right, so as we have a toss-up in the first round, but a clear round for Grady, Barrett's going to have to come out in this third round and do something big. Meanwhile, we have a great fight between two 20-year-olds here. That gentleman right there, who's your daddy, Grady, is regaining his composure, getting wind back into his lungs.
For two fledgling careers as fighters, we're seeing a lot of savvy, I think, with both of these fighters.
Absolutely. I'm very impressed with the composure of both these guys.
It looks like Barrett drops his hand. He comes in with his hands kind of down.
But he might want to stay on his feet for this third round because he's got to impress the judges. He does not want to get on his back again because Grady's proven that he can keep him there. Oh, nice right hand by Grady.
Yeah, Grady clocked it pretty hard there.
Barrett has a chin, that's for sure. He's been clocked with a few fights, but so has Bradley. Both guys have some decent chins.
Buckling the left leg of Grady was Barrett. That outside leg kick.
Yeah, that outside leg kick, man, that'll stop any right-handers dead in their tracks, man. That's where you got to put your weight when you're throwing that right. So he needs to capitalize on that. Maybe keep hitting those leg kicks.
Right, if you can take the plant foot away, you can take a lot of the power off that back shot.
Exactly.
Nobody's utilized that so far too much here.
He's using his body kicks, though, man. He keeps doing those body kicks hard.
Grady's starting to find the target. A little bit more. Left hand lands clean. Right hand blocked.
Looks like Bradley's confidence is up.
Yeah.
Looks like he might be going for the knockout.
Yeah, he's picking up some rhythm here.
Yeah, Jacob Grady has just entered a home run derby.
Barrett's got to solve the riddle pretty quickly.
And this could be a toss-up on the scorecards. It could be, the first round very well could have gone to Barrett. I think Grady got the second. This could be the deciding round, so nobody wants to let any momentum slip here.
That was a nice straight right.
Either way, both of these guys are going to be sore tomorrow. They're dishing it out.
Swinging to the fences, both guys, man.
Superman punch by Barrett falls short. Grady's starting to read him a little bit. Nice spinning back kick.
That's what I like to see.
Very a la Kung Lee. Lead right hand to the body by Grady.
Both guys just get enough energy to fire 3 or 4 shots, then take a breath.
They both ate one there and exchanged at the same time. The difference right now could very well be volume. Grady seems to be throwing a little bit more in combination.
Accuracy as well.
Yeah.
It's a good first fight, though, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
Get the crowd ready for the rest of it.
Raising the bar for those in the back who have yet to come out and fight. Grady seeming to have beard-seeking gloves now. He's been connecting a lot more often as this thing goes on.
Tim Barrett's corner is imploring him to take the fight to Grady. They know he's behind.
Right, they're saying the right thing. You got to listen to your corner. He's got to go, go, go.
Yeah, he's got
right now.
2 minutes, and he's just got to go nuts for the next 2 minutes. There's no more time to stalk. There's no more time to just trade.
You know what's amazing about two young fighters this early in their careers? If you look at them between exchanges, it looks like two guys sitting at a chess table. They're calculating intelligently what they're going to do.
Barrett wants to go for the takedown, but Grady is proven.
Wow.
There's the fight right there, unless Barrett pulls a rabbit out of the hat.
Barrett goes for the leg trip, ends up in full mount. That is not the way he saw that happening.
Tell you what, Bradley's hips are excellent at regaining control, getting that wizard, and staying on top, man. Very good hips.
And for a guy who's never fought as a pro or an amateur, making a real good showing of himself.
Yeah, what an adjustment defensively to pull there.
Got about a minute to go in the fight. Oh, and he's raining down the G&P. There's the back.
Nice slip move by Barrett to turn around, but he's giving up his back, and he can get choked out before this thing is over.
All right, Grady going for the choke. Is it sunk in?
Choke with the body triangle.
Plenty of time. You got 40 seconds to go in the round.
Seth, if you're Grady at this point, do you hold it either way? I mean, he's winning on the scorecards most likely.
Yeah, I would hold it either way. I wouldn't worry about my arm fatigue from there because you're already fatigued no matter what. So I would just hold on until the round ends out. I would listen to my corners. They can tell me if there's 30 seconds left, a minute left, and then I would make my decision. But
10 seconds to go in the fight. Certainly looking like a Grady win.
Grady punctuating the end of the round. That's a finisher.
That is how you end a round right there.
Definitely could have gone either way the first round, but the second round and third round were definitely both Jake Riley.
Yep.
And right here, the unparalleled sportsmanship you do not see in any other professional sport like you see in mixed martial arts. Great opening fight. This is like opening a show with a headline act followed by more headline acts. Tremendous job by both these guys.
Judge Davis scores the fight 30-27. Judge Rupert scores the fight 29-28. And Judge Ross scores the fight 29-28. The winner is unanimous, Mr. Grady. Who's your daddy?
All right, tail of the tape in this middleweight matchup between Shane Prim and Ariel Gandula. Shane Prim at 6'3", fighting out of Tennessee, currently training with Gracie Tampa, his principal trainer, one of the best in Florida, Rob Kahn. He is 3-1 as a pro, and he's squaring off against Ariel Gandula, the Panther, at 5'11", 37 years old, fighting out of Young Tigers MMA. He is 6-4-1. Here we go with the middleweights. And there is Shane Prim. You may remember him from The Ultimate Fighter. Tall for a middleweight at 6'3", almost 6'4", training out of a very, very good school in Tampa. Rob Kahn, Gracie Tampa.
Kahn. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. Kahn. So here's how Shane filled out his form, telling us a little bit about himself. His stand-up is muy sexy, and his fighting on the ground is Jew sexy.
Jew sexy. Is that a sexy Jew or is that Jew sexy?
Strategy for the fight, spinning heel arm lock kick strike. The spinning arm. You know, you guys, between you and Gracie Tampa, you guys have the two schools that have the most fun. I'll tell you that right now.
Listen, you're not doing it right unless you have fun, man. You
Yeah.
gotta have fun in life. It's too serious of a sport not to have fun, Jay. I mean, get too caught up in the seriousness of it.
I do think there should be a Jungle MMA Gracie Tampa square off sometime. That'd be really fun.
Ooh, and
You
then
guys have good blood. You and Rob have good blood.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun, actually. I would do that. Well, I already got rid of baiting, so. I'll take the first jab.
That's the first jab. You heard that, Rob. So let's meet Shane Prim's opponent. Here comes the Panther, Ariel Gandula, who will be squaring off against Shane Prim, boxing on his feet, judo and wrestling on the ground. He says he has some really interesting defenses for jiu-jitsu. He's not afraid of Prim's ground game. He's not afraid of jits. He's got some new stuff that we're going to see tonight. Coming out of the 37-year-old, it's great to see he's still learning new stuff and keeping a fresh attitude.
In the middleweight division, the blue corner at 183 from Gracie, Tampa. Let's hear for low down, dirty Shane Prim. And the red corner at 186 from Young Tigers MMA in Miami. Let's hear for Ariel Panther Gandula. Referee Jorge Alonso. Judges Don Ballas, Richard Davis, John Rupert.
Protect yourself, okay? Here's your first one. Touch him up.
So Ariel Gandula in the red trunks with black trim. Shane Prim in the black and white trunks. Gandula has seen some big shows in the past. He's no stranger to the bright lights. Had his shot and couldn't quite make it happen with Doug the Rhino Marshall, but it was a good fight up to that. Oh, big dump there by Gandula.
Gandula starting strong, too, which was a big question we had going into this because of the 4 losses he has have been consecutive leading into this fight. So you wonder at what point when you come off a loss streak where you're going to turn it around and start going into the W column. He's starting out that way for sure.
And that factor, Ron, becomes even that much more serious when your age starts getting close to 40.
Yeah.
And you have to start thinking about things. You have 4 losses in a row.
Well, Gandula just did the right thing, though, just backing up out of his guards, letting him stand up.
Gandula with that sneaky right hand. Yeah, very a la Bernard Hopkins, too. He ducked under and threw that inside right hand.
Shane Prim much taller than Gandula. At least a 4-inch differential.
That height and the reach does nothing unless you use it to your advantage. You can't crouch down and meet the guy at that height. You got to keep that distance.
A lot of guys that are tall don't fight tall, and then they take their own advantage away. And he seems to be doing a little bit of that here with Gandula.
Gandula seemed to be a bit haunted by his loss to Doug Marshall. It was a WEC title shot. Oh,
Nice overhand by Gandula. Gandula's hands are looking mighty nice. I think that's what Prim needs to do, though, is keep that jab out there ahead of him and keep sticking him with it and then set something else up. Get out of Gandula's range.
Gandula seems to be a little bit sharper when they're fighting on the inside with stand-up shots. Prim can keep him outside of that range. He won't be able to get off as fast.
and going for the knee, loses his balance. Gandula lets him stand up.
It looks like he's starting to set something up. Ooh, another good right.
Gandula's corner is telling him to do combos and the overhead right. Gandula goes down. Prim cannot take advantage of it.
I was about to say, too, that Gandula there looked like he's throwing a lot of steam behind those shots. So much so he threw his own momentum off moments ago.
Prim is doing a nice little just inside sweep, taking him down.
Have a chance to see Gandula work off his back. He does list judo and wrestling, so I'm not sure how strong his submission game will be. Oh, nice short, crisp left elbows there by Prim.
Here's one of those positions where being the tall, lankier guy plays into the ground game where people may not realize because of the height thing you think might only be a stand-up factor. But he's going to reach him from guard, and he's going to reach him well.
As you just saw there, just those right hands at the side of the face of Gandula.
Gandula's got to have an active guard if he's going to be down there because Prim will be able to reach him.
Big long arms, big wingspan for the low down dirty Shane.
I believe this is that sexy jitsu or
Yeah, this is the sexy jits right here, or as he called, Jew sexy.
Jew sexy. That was it. Okay.
I don't think anything's sexy when two guys are on the ground. Wouldn't keep going.
Yeah, we will be talking about those Tom Lawler photos there, Seth.
You missed those last time, and I appreciate you.
Ron, you got to do a little YouTube on Petrozelli Lawler if you want to see some interesting pictures. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, the worst stuff is not photographed. Let me just put that out there right now.
If there's a lull in the action, I can pull my phone out and take a look, but it doesn't look like these guys are going to give me that moment.
Now,
Prim looking to pass a few times here. He's been trying to slip that other leg out from half guard and go into full mount, but he's not been able to do it. Gandula's been savvy to it.
Looks like he's looking for that Dars.
Yep. He's got
Plenty of
that arm.
time.
He's got that arm punched through under the head.
less than a minute to go here in the first round.
Oh, Prim goes to turn guillotine. There you go. There's another.
The triangle there for Prim. Sorry, Ron.
No, you're right. He moving so fast, it was hard to keep up with what he was doing. He went for submission before position, lost it, and went right into the triangle. Great catch, Jay.
I think Prim was just raining down some elbows on it.
Plenty of time. He has 30 seconds to tighten this thing up.
Tapping
out is Ariel Gandula. Shane Prim with the triangle win at 4 minutes and 30 seconds of round number 1.
When you've got a guy that's that long with legs like that in a jiu-jitsu game, it is not a pleasant place to be when you've got him on the ground working you.
Ariel Gandula right there has got to be hugely disappointed. This is his 5th straight loss in a row.
Prim and proper.
At what point do you go back to the drawing board, or at what point do you say, you know what, I'm not getting any younger?
But the thing is, he looks impressive in every single fight that
He
he's
looks
in, man.
great. He looks
hands
fabulous.
are great, slams, wrestlings look really good.
Going to the cage for the official verdict.
The official time, 4:43 in the first round. Winner in the blue corner by submission, low down, dirty Shane Prim, everybody.
All right, I'm here with Low Down and Dirty Shane Prim, and I heard you talking to Coach Rob Kahn just a second ago, and you're saying, damn, that guy hits hard. He's a monster. He went all the way to the WEC, and he had a title fight in the WEC, so you were in with a guy who is extremely dangerous. You knew he was dangerous coming in. A great fight for you. How do you feel about your performance?
I feel really good. On the feet, I didn't do exactly as I would have liked to, but he hits hard. He has good striking. Doing a really good job with an overhand. Clipped me a couple times. Had me a little dazed. But overall, man, Rob, everybody else at Gracie Tampa, Marcus Jones on Tough Season 8 over there, Bamboo, Butter, Eric, everybody that was my training partners, all the guys from the Kennedy in Tampa that came out. I appreciate everybody, man.
A great school in Tampa, Gracie Tampa, Rob Kahn, the whole crowd. And as you said, Marcus Jones is in the house, you guys. See if you can catch up with him and get a picture. You did a great job. Great triangle. One more time for Shane Prim!
Here we go, heavyweight matchup between Dave Pay Me Yost. Dave Yost, 5'11", weighed in at 231 pounds at the weigh-ins last night. He's 29 years old, fighting out of Tampa, Florida. Gracie Baja, 5-1 as a pro, squaring off against Brian Fury, 6'3", substantial difference in the height. 6'3" versus 5'11". He's 34 years old, fighting out of Team Popovich. He's 1-0 as a pro. Here we go with the heavyweights. Who doesn't get psyched for the heavyweights? Dave Pay Me Yost, boxing on his feet, jiu-jitsu on the ground. Pay me because he is a former collector. That's all I'm going to say. He just was a former collector. He'd even say to people, pay me. when you see the size of this guy and the strength of this guy, you see why he was pretty good at what he did.
I've seen David Yost before the fights tonight, and I think one thing he probably has very little experience with coming into the cage is the word no. I'm guessing when he collected for stuff, he got it.
And strength, when you look at him, if you're saying this guy looks strong, that is definitely one of the big assets he brings into the cage. This guy is crazy strong.
I don't know. Me and Ron know a little bit about collecting. Maybe our families do. I don't know.
Iacovelli, Petrocelli, hey!
Give me the money.
Loves to stand up, fights with honor and pride. Just absolutely loves the sport of MMA. Dave Pamey-Yost getting his final instructions and equipment check by Troy Waugh. It's time to meet Dave Yost's opponent, Brian Fury. Boxing on his feet, jiu-jitsu, wrestling on the ground, great hands, very strong kid. This is primarily a counter fighter. He said that he's going to use Yost's energy and intensity against him. He's going to feel out Yost for a while and see what he gives him. He's going to give him plenty back. Speaks 4 languages, guys.
Wow, I have trouble with the one I have.
I know, it makes me feel like an ugly American, you know? I can barely speak one. This guy speaks French fluently, Spanish, Italian, actually 5 languages. French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and English.
I like English with English subtitles, just to be sure.
Are we ready for our 5th bout of the evening? Make some noise, Estero, Florida. We have superweight heavyweights here in the blue corner at 231 from Gracie, Baja, St. Pete. Let's hear for David, pay me now or pay me later, Yost. His opponent across the cage, weighing in at 238 from Team Popovich in Fort Lauderdale, Brian Fury. Referee in charge, Troy Waugh. Judges, Richard Davis, John Rupert, and Mike Ross.
Both men are very large competitors.
These are 2 huge individuals.
Let's touch gloves, go back to your corner.
I know why I came down from heavyweight, man. Big guys.
Tough, yeah.
Big.
What are you, about 6 feet tall?
I'm right at 6 foot, yeah.
6 feet.
I'm like
Tough
225
to get yourself up to 240, 250 at 6 feet.
That's where that was my football weight, and I was carrying on a lot of weight, and I get gassed way too easy.
Yost with the experience of 5-1, Fury with the undefeated mentality, the guy who has not learned how to lose at 1-0. We'll see how much of a factor either of those 2 things are in this fight.
Coming out southpaw, he came out orthodox and switched to southpaw. I don't know if he's switching it up or if that's his normal stance.
Big height advantage for Fury.
It's a little early in the fight to be adjusting to anything. Nice takedown.
Into side control.
Yeah, Fury just got a little too crazy at the beginning there, just got off balance a little bit.
Fury lists methodical, efficient, patient, and intelligent as the characteristics that would describe his personality and fighting style.
Everybody likes to see the big guys stand and bang, but when you see them working on the ground, equally impressive.
Just think of the power that these guys are going against each other right now with. It's just, and it looks like pretty much a draw. They're just like, it's just like bench pressing each other right now.
Both guys are just trying to bench each other. Fury's trying to do a push-up on him, and Yost is trying to bench him. So it's
yeah. And this has got to gas both of these big guys.
There's about to be a big bang in the middle of the ring, like an implosion.
2 immovable objects hitting each other. Oh, but getting the back is Brian Fury.
He got 1 hook in and then rolled.
Good job of wrist control there by Yost.
He could still shook him off. He's only got that one hook in.
Oh, he's trying to turn into him right now.
Yep.
Oh, look at this. He's almost turned into him.
Yost is going to turn this into full guard.
Both guys doing a good job.
Very close. That 1 high hip on the left side for Fury is the only thing keeping him from rolling, but he's very close to doing it. And that left hand is not going to hurt his effort right there.
Trying to pin the left hand with his left knee, right hand rather, with his left knee, and he does.
Yost going for the crucifix position here, but it definitely got him out of trouble.
What's the defense here for Fury in this type of a position?
Well, Fury right now is looking to roll him, which was doing a good job.
Oh, nice job there by Fury. They're back on their feet. I love it.
Fury out the back door and standing.
The big takedown there by Fury right in front of our position.
Drop elbows on him, Brian. Drop elbows on him.
And he does have side control.
Hit with the knee at that. Hit with the knee.
Another good takedown by Fury, digging down nice and deep.
Oh, nice job there by Yost, pushing off the cage.
Bucks off the cage.
I love when they use the cage to their advantage like that, man. That's awesome.
One of the advantages of not being in a ring, you saw it right there. People like to know the distinction sometimes, why in a ring, why do people prefer the cage? That was one reason.
And that was a leg press.
Yeah.
Bench presses, we got leg presses.
The two big boys in there.
It's a circuit workout and a fight.
Throwing the right elbow is Dave Yost, trying to soften up Fury.
Yeah, Fury can look to do the same thing.
Yost bringing the Fury to Fury here.
Dropping elbows, his forearms on his face, doesn't feel good.
Nice job there by Fury, getting to his feet. This is a good competitive match.
Oh, that
Yost hurt him. Yost has hurt him, an uppercut. Fury wants no part of it. Troywa stops the fight at 3 minutes and 52 seconds of round number 1.
Yeah, he hurt him with that uppercut, and once he hit him with that one uppercut, man, he turned around and flinched. That's not something you don't do when you get hit.
How do you like that? Two heavyweights who spent the better part of the fight on the ground, grappling, pummeling, and it was a couple of uppercuts the second they got to their feet that ended it just like that.